And if you think you deserve something and you don't get it, where does that lead? Well, it leads to resentment, doesn't it? And where does resentment lead? It leads to conniving behaviour. Because it's so easy to play the blame game. Oh, well, it's because of, it's because of them or this or that. No, you are to blame. Right? So and then you fix it. Hey, Crucifix. Welcome. Right? It's in your power. And this is why all these fucking forums, when people start talking, and that's why I'm glad that no one kind of talks about this shit here. But obviously on Reddit, I have seen it quite often. You're red-pilled, or you're, like, if anyone starts talking about coloured pills, I just turn off. It's such a fucking bore. It's such a fucking turn off. Because as soon as you say something like this, what you're saying is, I've got my head up my arse. That's what you're saying, And I hate it. I hate it. God pill. That's because you've taken the Field Master pill. Oh fuck, man. I don't want you guys to take any pills, except for maybe vitamin D3. How do I eliminate all resentment and evoke a light of charisma and charm in any regular social situation? How do I eliminate all resentment? I think... what an amazing question, man. You gotta feel... When I say you gotta, not like you have to. I'm not saying it like that, but here's my answer. You gotta feel good about yourself, right? And there are many levels of feeling good about yourself. There's some that are based on illusion, like cars, muscles, possessions, having an attractive woman, right? And there's one thing that is much stronger than all of those combined, and you know what it is? It's realizing what a man is. What is a man? You have to go and find that out. Right? A man is a guardian of life that he holds, that he has every single day. Right? That's it. No more, no less. In order to realize that, though, you have to confront your shadow. You have to confront your trauma. Some days I have the wherewithal. Sometimes I have the wherewithal to love myself in just the right way, but most I fall short and resent people. Oh man. And what specifically then do you find yourself resenting people over? Is it like possessions? Is it like you see what I mean? What is it? Because maybe, I don't know, maybe you see someone in an expensive car and you're like, oh, the mindset, energy, knowledge. So you resent people for their knowledge. Well, let me ask you this, Leroy. What good is it to you another's understanding? It ain't no use to you at all. So that's knowledge out the way. Mindset. You mean like they're kind of like positive, like go-getter mindset? That type of thing? The position in my life I've been put in. So is it like an employment thing? I resent people because of where they put me in life. You mean like maybe your family? Family and friends. Let me say this then. So think about a container ship, right? Let me get a picture. I mean, we all know what a fucking container ship looks like. So, dear Lord. Look at that bad boy. Okay, this is your life. This is your life. You ever seen one of these things try to turn around? Is it going to do it fast, or is it going to do it really fucking slowly? It's going to do it really fucking slowly, right? And all these fucking containers are just aspects of your life, and they're being carried in your awareness, let's say, right? Sometimes it takes like a bad situation to kind of make us like wake up enough so we realize that we're a container ship. Okay, but that container ship's already moving in a direction, right? It's already moving on its trajectory. And then we think to ourselves, well, actually, I kind of don't like a few of these things. I don't really like a few of these aspects of my life. So how can we improve this situation? Because the path of this ship was decided, well, many years ago, you could say, right? So the first thing we need to do is we need to start to turn the ship around. But because we look at what we're dealing with, it's going to take a while. So the first thing is to try to like be realistic, but also at the same time go, oh fuck, I've got an opportunity now to like take full control of my life. But you got to be patient, because you can't change it all overnight. How do you start? Well, you start making better decisions in the day. What's an example of better decisions? Well, it's eating the best food that you can make. It's getting adequate sleep. It's looking after yourself, right? Maybe things like maybe this sounds a bit weird, but like brushing your teeth gently. Right? Why do I mention this? I've seen loads of people brush their teeth like they're fucking having a fight with someone. If you're stressed, you brush your teeth like you're a fucking boxer. Perhaps I lose sight of it when I'm deep into failures. Leo, first off, man, you're trying to better your life, right? There are many people in this world who never have such realizations, right? So I wouldn't necessarily use the word failure, right? Leo, do you do any do you have like a bit of free time during the day? Do you do any of the... Because look, the advice I give to people is what I do myself. I try not to make it like gatekeepy, right? Like you don't need much to do it. It's the cold water, the SR, and yoga stretching type thing, right? Because trauma is stored in muscles. If you've got a lot of trauma, like most of us, you got to process it. And it's not just a mental thing. And it's not just me saying this. They get military people who have severe cases of PTSD to do certain stretches around the hips, because they realize that tension, trauma, is stored in tight muscles. If your muscles are tight, it means your mind is tight, which means you're stiff, right? Like a fallen twig in winter. So it doesn't take much to snap, right? You need to become flexible so the ship can start to move. Right? I was the container ship, man. I was indulging in self-harming behaviour. I was living in a shed. I used to come back from work. I used to go to the local shop after getting out the train, and I used to buy a couple of tins of beer and a big packet of Quavers. And I used to go and sit on my own in the shed and like drink and play World of Warcraft, right? And jack off. Because I did that because I hated myself and my life. Right? This is like it's like suicidal behaviour, right? Before work, I was getting stoned off my arse. I actually kind of enjoyed my job, but I still got stoned. No, not at the same time. Oh, female orc. I'm raiding. I'm trying to show to Lero that it's possible, right? Because maybe Lero thinks I'm some fucking knight in shining armor, and maybe I am now, guys. But that wasn't always the case, okay? Because I was in that like self-hating delusion, okay? So you know what I started doing? I carried on drinking, and then I started smoking. But I started to do the SR, okay? And I was already doing the cold water, and I was already doing the yoga. And I did those 3: the cold water, the SR, and the yoga. I did those every day. In the morning, I went downstairs, did my cold water, and I faced myself. Some days the water was frozen on top, and I smashed that with my fist, and I pictured all the demons holding me down as that ice that I had broken. And I poured the water over me, saying first in my mind, I am alive and well. And then I got the water all over me, barefoot on the grass, each day. And I was single-minded. The only thing I was interested in was to heal myself. And let me tell you something, guys. Within us all, we have a feminine side, right? And the universe is feminine. And you know what the universe wants to see? What she wants to see? That part of you? Her? She wants to see love. And when she sees you fight for your freedom, because you're doing it out of love for yourself, which includes her, it's the most wonderful thing that she wants to see. And she will help you on that path because you're in it together. You understand? And when you, like, I'm talking in metaphors here, guys, so don't freak out. When you embrace yourself, only then, when you're whole, can you ascend. So when you ask me, maybe you're in when you ask, how do I eliminate all resentment? You have to achieve this. You achieve becoming whole, uniting both sides of you, and together you rise, and you're a full person then. What does the male side bring to the table? Single pointedness, because you were the one who got on that grass every day. You were the one who put that cold water all over yourself. You were the one who did those unpleasant acts. Talking about the cold water. You were the one who was dedicated and disciplined enough to do that yoga every day, to do that stretching. You were the one who was brave to face that darkness within you. And what does she bring to the table? She brings her fierceness. And she has your back. Those days where you feel like you have nothing, she's there in the background. perhaps in tears, because she can see you trying. When you're a whole person, maybe you'll go down the pub. You ain't going to be resentful of anyone because you've got all that you need. It's already within you. And you realise that. It's a superpower that you walk around with every day. That's how you beat resentment.